Today, we get the opportunity for listen or watch earlier Dr. Francis Kaikai, the Minister for Planning and Economic Development inside Sierra Leone. When you hear the name Dr. Francis Kaikai, it's supposed to ring a bell. If you go back, then, just after the war, we hear about the DDR program, the IRR, and so on. You remember NAXA, the PRSP, all be involved with this particular name, Dr. Francis Kaikai. The disarmament and how to rehabilitate the ex-combatants them and carry them back into society. And I be the person or one of the people that will be charged with the responsibility at that time. Now, he don't come back. It just take like waiting 3 months. He say just up to 3 months now. You know, even fully 3 months it na office. He gets now the responsibility of planning and economic development. Waiting you pick out of waiting he say. He talk a lot, but if you want to pick waiting he center in conversation on, na decentralization. In that light, Samuel Weisbangoa asked him, say, the previous government, people accuse them, say, the development we didn't do is centered on 1 or 2 particular places them. Waiting in ready for do. Tell we say. The mantra of the planning and economic development na for say development scatter across Sierra Leone. He say because you go land say the different districts them they're all not the same. We talk Dandy. It just make a member we the Miss Sierra Leone 2019 video. Almost every candidate from each district we come, almost, I'm not saying all of them, but almost they all talk say then at the district for agriculture. I don't know if you remember back. But Dr. Francis Kaikai don't tell we say not to all the districts them go be the same. So because of that, then go try for bring development we concern the particular district. So they ask them about the development partners that we can come, like UNDP and all this rest. They NGO them where they come say they want to bring development in the country. They say yes, governments go get them plan, but what if them people here come, then out different plan? Now I remind we, say if we remember back in February, where the government of Sierra Leone, through His Excellency, the President, he go launch the medium-term goal. We na that development plan day na in the work out. So, at the end of the day, each development partners we come, then go get that book they say, let's choose Usai Wango. Then so that development then no go conflict Let's say somebody don't come say he want can help with this kind of development na certain district. Other person come back say he want carry the same development na this same district. Yeah. Definitely you don't other one go need them. So in the tell we say in that light then go correct then issues then they make it not happen again. He make a comment or a statement where at times when people ask that question, some people can always frown at the question. What did he say? He said we need for the get development communications. He said we need for the ask development questions. He said we need for the engage different ministries them. We don't can tell we say from now to so and so time, then go don't do so and so thing. We need for us then say 1 year on, 6 months on, what have you done? Waiting at the results we want for Siam. Like yesterday, then can't tell we say Sierra Leone road safety go soon get bike them and then go soon get radar, the gun, speed gun. So from now to December, because they say we say to the end of the year, they say very soon. If we not see, we go call them back. Make them come answer. We waiting, then we can't tell we na, and we not see it don't begin happen. I think these are the development conversation where we need for the get. Because anybody can talk anything. Then if somebody asks question, until we say in 1 year, if somebody in any ministry promise something, he say 1 year, we need for ask the ministry question. Say, now so you be see. Waiting happen now. Another thing where he lay emphasis on, a national data. We can go to, we come back with this data business and salon. A national data way that even the national data they go help the development and even the planning of the country. Now we all can say salon no plan. Salon no plan. But now if we have a national data, we go able point because it gets so many advantage. We always they talk do ya the need for start this process for this blockchain. When I digitalize one. We then they all go help in birth and death. Because I'm telling you, to these days, then book them with the Roxy building. They not computerize the all it too. They not computerize the all it. Up to now, if you go there, then go still they go access them, book them. We did it. If now hire, they need for hire people them. We go begin input then data now the system. So everything will correlate together. But we need national data. And until we say the development communications, we suppose for the get them constantly. Because that one day, now go remind these people and say that development too, we need them. Investment across the country. He emphasizes not only in Freetown, decentralization. Decentralization, not only in Freetown. Freetown, not to saloon. Because if everything is cramped in Freetown, now make everybody they fet for kind of Freetown, thinking to say, Freetown na de better day. While other people go tell you say, na bush na de better day. But for the government to be effective, the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development need for they on their toes. It talk about the media. Now they get small beef with them, but we will go salon. We'll go knock in the mouth. Because you call all the other one, they forget share network. Not so. But it talk about media engagement. Asking developmental questions. Not only asking the questions, but for make we defend outside developments don't take place. Make we go there, we record that development day and can show to the people and say, yes, so and so side, even though you know the inside Freetown, but development take place now. So I go open the phone line. Like I said, yesterday, Obidenaya. But unfortunately, we not be able to open the phone line because the conversation be go on and on and on. If you're a good student, you go remember waiting na the conversation yesterday. We be get Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority. We be get the deputy man at the media, and we also get somebody from the Western Rural sector. You hear all the conversation. So you get opportunity now for take yesterday on, coincide today on. I open the phone line. As usual, we don't get Usman Toli on the line. Make Incan set the premise for the conversation. Yes, Usman Toli, you're welcome on board, sir.
Well, thank you very much, AAA. And also thanks to the Minister, Dr. Francis Kaikai, we are the Minister of Planning and Economic Development. We don't listen to the interview. Basically, I just want quick summary of what he say from what I don't listen to, and then ask one or two critical questions then. I'm not going to go into details because I know say we get Boku for cover today. So I just want to approach this today from a critical perspective. First of all, let's just set the scenario, and then I will take them from there. What can happen? The Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, as we all know, are a very big ministry, and they work in coordination with almost all the various ministries. Yeah, they work in coordination with all the various ministries. So this ministry is so important that it is involved in almost every activity of the government. So a very serious ministry. Right now, they now set a new agenda within the medium-term development plan, and call it medium-term development plan, which starts from 2019 to 2023. So all the development, all the economic development where they take place within these 5 years is based on this medium-term development plan. And this plan, it consists of 8 clusters, then break it down into small things. But the most important clusters now, as far as the present government is concerned, one, they get human capital development. We all know that the flagship program for the present government, when SLPP, they talk about diversifying the economy, they talk about infrastructure and economic competitiveness, they talk about governance and accountability, empowering women, and so on. There are 8 of them. So for the next 5 years, basically, all what in this man talks to, for the next 5 years, all the development will therefore take place in Salone, now over these 8 clusters. So then they then break all the development into clusters. So then take each cluster and prioritize which one way they feel is very, very urgent, then deal with them as they go along. You understand? And also with this development plan we then get, what can normally happen, and they work with other international partners, other international organizations, such as the United Nations, such as the African Union, in all entities. And things like, if we talk about the United Nations, for example, we all know about the Sustainable Development Goals. We're based on 17 of them. So anything when they work towards, then they make sure, say, they try for work towards those goals. In other words, if you set your plan in your country, make sure you work towards the other plans them where the other development partners, other countries then get, other organizations then get, so that they will move the world forward. Yeah, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals then, any government where is serious about what they do, where they set you objectives them, they work towards these sustainable, what we call SDGs for short, SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, such as reduction of poverty, all anything, yeah. So basically, now this man they talk in a nutshell, yeah. But the problem we can get mostly, especially in Salone, and I will say mostly in a West African country is this: we get what we call shocks. Raw shocks them, nothing the way they come. Like when I can say some risk and they come, risk. If they come, now the system. You don't set your targets, yeah? You set your target them. For example, I'll give you an example, like in the case of APC government, yeah? Where APC can have power, then they get a short-term strategy, then get a medium-term strategy and long-term strategy, yeah? They don't set, but where the Ebola can inside, then you get these minerals where it fall at the international market, the price fall. So we get a big shock. So if I don't say the plan the way you plan, sometimes they will be interrupted. Yeah? So the problem we'll get now, mostly in Salone and other African countries, then we not can plan well for these shocks. So they can don't get them big plan. But when a big shock arises, how to deal with these shocks, now then the problem can come out. Yeah? Now they could get some serious difficulty. Like Salone, they do very well up to the time where the Ebola crisis come. And up to the time where these mineral prices fall at the market. We may get some serious problem there. So we'll not be able to recover easily because we'll not plan for anything. Now the same thing is where Dr. Masha, where now the outgoing United IMF representative in the top board, he said we they try for work with Salone government for make sure say when they get things like this, shocks like this, risk like this, they will able to respond appropriately. Where the country not will feel those shocks. Shocks they happen everywhere, but some countries they're not they plan well towards those shocks. So the critical questions for this man is how Salone don't prepare for short shocks. What are the measures the way they get in place? Where they don't put in place, if we encounter short shocks, short difficulties, short risks, how can we able to respond appropriately for meet those shocks? However, you go argue in terms of now they put more emphasis on diversification of the economy. You further say with the previous administration was very much centered on certain sectors and certain aspects of the economy at the expense of others. And when shocks happen, if you don't diversify economy well, yeah, like what I will talk about the minerals, where it fall at the market price. Where the minerals in price, because we concentrate so much on the mining sector, where the price of minerals fall at the world market, we not get no less for start. So we be experience some serious difficulty. So those are some of the shocks then what they talk about. So I don't say it's important. I make we always constantly talk about diversifying the economy, not concentrate on the minerals. Make sure you pay attention to agriculture. Make sure you pay attention to tourism. Make sure you pay attention to fishery. Make sure you pay attention to other important sectors of the economy. In case one side is balanced, then you will able to stand on the other side. Yeah. So that this demand be the talk. And the other aspect again, where what I feel say is also quite sensitive in terms of decentralization. Decentralization in the sense that we therefore also try to take the level of planning, not only na feature. Feature, like you say, AAA say, not only in alone. We therefore go at local and district levels and make sure we coordinate well so that we avoid duplication of work. If you further say the LDAs, which is the ministry, the development and agencies and all that, when they come, sometimes they get duplication because the various ministries, they need to coordinate with the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development. If the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, they coordinate well with the MDAs, international partners, all the other international organizations, they work well. If I say if one development can a particular district, let them make sure say they not duplicate that development again. And one thing we find out also in a salon, now correct me, this is why we get a lot of pressure in our future. Because it's like, most of the important activities then, that is a feature indeed. You want passport to a feature in the camp. All the important here, a feature in the camp. Why the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, not the things say, some of the important development here for going at the district level so that we go help for the congest feature. Yeah, I think that one of the areas in this when they talk about decentralization, not for everything a feature no more. Yeah, then they talk about this development. You talk about other areas then for develops a second city on all that thing and they so that feature go a little bit free, and then encourage people them for go at district level so that other development they go at the district and all our local communities then. So now all in here, I feel say this man they try to talk about, yeah, and I feel say he praised the president so much. Let's hope he actually mean what he talk. See, the man in HEBO is 100% committed. He highly respected in the international community, But how we go? What is now your evidence? How we go believe, say, what this man they talk about the president is true. Now, where he able bring development partners, yeah, we able see important leaders in the country for health, for coordinate and work with we for push the country go before. Like the visit of the Indian vice president is a good one. Get other partners them. Not so more they go they count other important leaders them. Then when they come visit me, most likely whether in we country, then go likely contribute towards the development of the country. Not so we no more for go meet them. So one way in which we were able to assess the commitment of this man, by his own, hard work. Now where he go able to bring other development then, encourage foreign direct investment. Yeah, they go to see. We don't say the influence of the government towards the Sunoco project is not that great, but at least in government go convince me say, that because they're able to create the enabling environment, that makes Sunoco come na salon. So all of these things, just not the talk we are interested in. What we're interested in If these people are really serious in the development, in the planning economic development, no, they see then things here they happen. We are not saying that they are not doing it, but we go and see how these things will happen. Planning on paper is important. You go, all right, all the planning where they can with, they are good. As I say, right from the beginning, Solomon for puts pen on paper, they are exceptionally good. But when it comes to implementation, now then we can get a problem. And when risks arise, when shocks then coincide, how they will respond to those shocks, now then the problem will come. And the other aspect before I left for now, you see, you talk about how to assess then development here, how to assess the various ministries, the various departments, the various agencies then. In international or under operations management, we get what we call the 5 performance objectives. Yeah, all them various MDAs and all NTR. We, like I believe, say to a very large extent, we know say chief minister, at the end of maybe 1 year, they call all them various ministerials and put them down and say what you don't do. Then they assess you on 5 objectives. Mostly, then they prioritize them. Sometimes they can just take 1, 2, or 3, or even 5 of them. Yeah, but the most important one there, when they can look at 1, in terms of equality. Yeah, you talk about cost. How cost effective? How you able to save the resources that we give? How effective you able to use them? You talk about speed. How fast you able to do the job? You talk about dependability, flexibility. So all them various contracts where they talk about, even these clusters, then will come for each ministry. Then they call them. We say serious government they come. Then they assess them based on these 5 performance objectives. Based on how they want, which one they want to take. So, to crown it all.
I want all you do quick. When you talk about this implementation, you think say now because just like how you say we good for put pen to paper and have all these brilliant ideas, but you remember when in say we need for they get constant development conversation. Constant question, make they ask question concerning development. You think, say, based on that thing there for say, yes, we go get all this thing, we go can't talk because he make example say, when person guy don't talk all this, he say after 1 year, if it's low, go ask him back, say, that's where we can't talk. Show we how far you don't go. You think, say, now based on the implementation inside, make in the try for campaign like, we need to start asking these questions?
Well, it's partly correct. It's partly correct. Don't forget, development is a 2-way process. I think it makes that quite clear. First, you need the government. They set the bigger picture. Then they set all their goals here. They set all their targets here. They set all their here. Then they try for make sure they implement them. But also, we as citizens, we get the responsibility for put them into account. Yeah, for the question them. Yeah, we question them. But however, what you make us say it's partly correct, not partly correct. Because it's partly correct because it's a 2-way process. We get the right for the question them. Yeah? We get it right like the other day, one of the callers say, why would they ask why Kaikai, Andrew Kaikai, in terms of the passport issue. You don't know your responsibility for AXA, for let it give account, because, we know say the immigration department, they're responsible for we passport, so we get right for AXA. Yeah? So probably, sometimes they get all these big pictures, but we also therefore put them into account. But why they're not right, sometimes when they put them to account, when they ask them, when they coordinate with them, when they work with them, but sometimes they're not able to put these things into practice. For example, let me give you an example. Yeah, what are they trying for talk now? Yeah, Okay, so now the government is charged with the responsibility for make sure say put things in place. But when a country is really corrupt, no amount of accountability, no amount of questioning go able bring them people into justice. Because when a country is corrupt, it's corrupt. All the leakages them. Remember all the previous administration, not to say we know they put people into account, they question them, but sometimes, your efforts, they go in vain because they're not a cooperative. This is why in the talk say, if you listen to them very carefully, it say it needs coordination of the process. So you get for coordinate with them, because he said development is start at district and local level. It's true. You take the development, first of all, what you go do, and I think he mentioned this, you get for do what you call consultation. When they do the development here, all this planning economic development, they get for do what you call public consultation. At district level, at local level, at government level, then they consult people. I think he mentioned, I think they make about 2,000 consultation or 2,000 people are consulted. And he talk one other organization we come, I think it's called Good Family or something like that. Yeah, they consult people let them get their own input. Because not only when you consult people they get the they get the basics, they get the understanding of the issues where they affect the people where they affect them at national level as well as local level. So they bring in their own input. When they not bring their own input, then you plan around any planning where not take up to local and district level. It's not effective. Because how you going to understand the people and problem, how you going to understand issues where people are face on a daily basis where you don't consult them. This now they talk about consultation, consulting the people. So then consulting people then plan them, put her in a bigger picture, and then implement. But the problem we can get, they cannot consult, put this into paper, but when it comes to implementation, they get a problem. Yeah? And with previous administration, as I say, the problem we'll get, sometimes they try to implement, but because of leakages, corruption. And I mean to tell you before, some of the strategies the way the APC government been put in place, such as the poverty reduction strategy, agenda for change. You talk about the agenda for prosperity. They get good plans then. But when it comes to implementation, then you see corruption inside, all thing a point. Then shocks and inside, all thing just a point. This is not the problem we'll get. But anybody will tell you so, okay, shall we put pen on paper? They like by you. The problem we'll get is these are the issues here. 1, implementation. 2, leakages. 3, shocks. How would they deal with these shocks? Those are the issues. And the other 3 again, we not can diversify well. And diversification is a helpful plan for risk. Because you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Basically, take an contest. If you put all the eggs in one basket, if that basket they pull, you don't take trouble. Simple as that. But if we diversify different sides, where one side pull, then we will balance the other. Simple. Some of them here are simple interpretation. Not to say, now the terminologies that we can use make they confuse. But this is a simple concept is that if we diversify, you find out say when shocks come, we go with the left one side, we go the other side. Simple as that. So I will stop here and thank you.
Yeah, I'm not sure you want to go, but yesterday, Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, I'm not sure you make 1 or 2 comments to them.
Okay.
What's your take for just 1 or 2 minutes?
Well, we don't say the road, Sierra Leone Road Authority, Safety Authority, are a very important organization, and we really appreciate them. But the other area that I get concerned about, we see a lot of foreign cars. Some cars in the lorries, they come out Guinea, in the car. right? And then they use them in other country for a very long time. I don't know how far they don't plan, because if they will see and they come, some of these cars they even are right hand, hold on ban another country, right? And they come. So this one here, because in Europe now, yeah, for example, are they London now, yeah? You know, if I go Germany, I go Germany, I will commit an offense because they get that system for able to trace me. If I go, say for example, may God forbid, you go Germany, you go kill person, you bang them, for instance, yeah, with your car. Sometimes they will be able to identify you through your car, your number plate, or something like that, yeah. So the question where the fisher be one asked yesterday, what are the plans they will get for motorcar where they come on and they other countries and they will go now the country, you know, I'm not saying they give tickets and all that, but their motorcar and they, if they give them tickets, how they go monitor them tickets then? Because I'm not saying not for instant payment, right? For them tickets are within the right?
No, not for instant, yeah.
So being that we lack that technology, you know, because I would carry the visitation for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it turn back in Guinea. Yeah. So you go get a ticket. How you go able to retrieve that payment day? Or if that man don't commit a crime, then you go back in the country. How you go able to trace the crime in the now one of the critical questions that the way study work if you say I forbid not ask. I don't know if you get answer to that. You know. So
no, but I think one of them they listen, maybe during it go come for can clear that side.
Okay, so yes, I was interested for know what are the answer to that. And but generally the conversation was good. I admire both the callers them. They know what they talk about. You know, they lay the point them clearly at the table. I was really impressed with them. You know, and I like the way how you and Tennessee squeeze them so many questions. So I think it's the only clarification on your gets for them.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, we want to tell Usman Toli, thank you for where it don't come. Start the conversation on today on program. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from?
Yeah, this is Ayo, they come from US.
Yes, Ayo. Waiting you are laying at table, sir.
Yeah, first of all, I want to talk about this shock where Mr. Tolly Ibni was talking about, you know, for a country like Sierra Leone, you know, when these shocks can happen, you know, sometimes it's our own fault, the way we control our economic status for make these shocks, then they really affect us, you know, because the economy is a small economy, and it's just like when somebody is working, you know, like you're working now, you're getting paid, you don't work for the past 5 years, but instead of you put small thing in the corner, you don't blow up all the money, then anything can happen, you know, no condition is permanent, you can lose the job. When you lose the job now, you don't get any thing for turn back to say, okay, now I'm going to manage this until I'm able to get a job, you know. So the same thing, they cause them things and they then shock them to affect countries like Sierra Leone, because we know they try to get a very sound foreign exchange base, the center small shock when they happen, you know. And for the, remember now, it's been a long time I've been talking about Freetown is not so alone. I'm happy about this diversity when they try for carbon at the interior, you know. Hopefully, if they do them like they say, probably they will help for development at the interior, because I'm really interested in getting those areas then developed, you know. And like I always say, Freetown is not Sierra Leone, you know. That's just my contribution.
Thank you very much, Ayo. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who side you call from, sir?
Yeah, my name is Brian. I call from New Jersey.
You get the platform.
Yes, thank you for the forum. We want to start with yesterday. The interview with two people from the Road Safety Authority at the start with.
Okay.
Yeah, because to me, that now, I could say, now nearly a public emergency because the kind road driver, the guy, the manner of accidents, you already flout especially the drivers, you already flout the traffic rules and regulations, they alarming. Because as alone we all born, and then we grow up before commodity. We not say not change, now the same way that they do up to now. The driver them, some man they drive, they not get license. Or some man in license they expire. Or they not get the vehicle not get proper registration. Then road signs there. Because look what we talked yesterday. One of the talk say some vehicles they want to go upline, they and waiting and call overloading to count passengers then whether it's now a traffic waiting and call, they make the passenger and stand on, they will cross, they go back. All lengthing in there. So now I make the major people then, the road safety personnel then, and salon police. Now I make put in on the neck. Salon police. They're very important. They're very important because now then there for the monitor, the motor car, and then the road safety personnel. Also, if you start, make sure say any motor car is for the road worthy. National motor car now transport to then tractor trailer the more for make sure say the road worthy. They're supposed for in a road. If you're not in a road, let them get them out of the road. Just like the personnel they say yesterday. That is very important because people in life, very important. More than money is that. Life important. So then therefore for them panandi. The police they now raise the personnel and road safety personnel. Don't the driver themselves say. Now this will they talk always is lawlessness. The driver, the greed. Because they want fast money and they want plenty. So then they flout the traffic rules and regulations. So now they make the police and the road safety personnel they for them panel. They not for do with no favor. They not give nobody favor, not care if you know. So you get person at the government. You violate the law, they for go after you. Then the second thing I want to talk about, I can't to today. I only want me to pick up for nothing minister talk. Now decentralization. What we always talk about. Then therefore they make sure say everything is scattered. Now all the 12 districts here. Passport, the information say in a McKinney, in a Bow, in a Pigeon like that. And every other sector, scatter. Not everything has written, then look for scatter. Everything. Decentralize them. Everything in every district. So it will be easy for everybody in the country. Not to the one no more than a Freetown, a Sierra Leoneans, and the one no than a Bow, Kenema, Pujon, Kaila, Kono like that. They too are Sierra Leoneans, say them for scatter everything. Let life easy for every Sierra Leonean. So now my contribution, thanks very much. I will continue for listening.
All right, thank you very much, Brahma. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
yeah. Yes, call ID live on here. You name and who side you call from?
Yeah, Mina Alusain Don they call from London.
Yes, Alusain, you get a platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Tripoli, one thing where I believe on, I think I don't know, give me a police. Yeah, hello?
Yes, sir, you still alive, continue.
Yeah, you know me, one thing where I believe on na life, now that if you rule a country or you serve people, you know, if you're not loyal for that particular thing the way you do, for let you serve them people and they trust me, you no go ever do better for them people and they what we talk about shock. You see, shock it disturb government in plan them way if they don't bring. So they shock then they make them go backward. Okay, that's true. What is the try for talk? But which shock where we don't ever get in a salon where we don't get support from the international body, from even people then they give support. Why them money they go? Then they go because they shock them the way they take place. Then one they use that money they for solve them shock then they. So them program where them they don't get at hand, where them come na power, they're not able for lose them. They still they concentrate on them. For example, HIV come na salon. Money come for that shock day. Waiting and do them. Ebola come na that country. Money come for them. Waiting and do them. Most like come to that country, they money come. Waiting and do it.
No, I want all you quick, Alusign. The shockway, I think, we did try for Tokyo, or maybe it go call back for clarify that side. But the shockway they talk now, like let's say the fall of the iron ore. Now, like Usai government, they getting revenue. Then there is a shock there where they're not able to get that money within they anticipate say in the next 6 months if things go this right way, now that money they will go wrong get that. I think that's the shock he was talking about. But if I'm wrong, maybe we will call back for correct that.
No, not to that David they talk about. What he spelled out is say when government they can buy, they don't get plans them for deal with things them, but then they get shocked. Waiting at the shock the way in the driver talking, they explain about things, them unforeseen circumstances, the way they come in. We're not denying that. But why they need to make use of the money the way then they give for support? Because, okay, for example, if you get money, you say you want to do this thing, then eventually something can happen to you for let you not able to do that thing. But already that money we get, you get her, you keep her. But somebody else give you support, say, okay, this problem will happen to you, solve this problem will happen to you. You understand? Because it's an emergency. Then the other thing you don't plan for do, you go able to do and see because you still get that money able to do that thing. You know? But I'm telling you, Triple-A, the politicians then at Sierra Leone, they are just wicked. They are just wicked and they're able to lie you that they are just wicked. You know, they're not just they make use of waiting they come to the country for develop the country, for make the changes. Then they use opportunity for destroy the entire nation. Because if it shock me to you, you're able for support people and still because money they come. Okay, let me just forget about that. Hey, Usman Toli will clarify. But if you get for clarify, let it tell me if it really the shock way they talk about now unforeseen circumstances where they come because money they know they come to the country for all those unforeseen circumstances. Waiting the politician and do the money, they enrich themselves, you know. And again, you be the try for talk about conflict of interest. It's true what you they talk. If somebody say they come for can make Namoyamba, the same thing another person bring and come. Okay, if you say you tell government in this you want to do, then why government no be able to say, okay, you know what? Not Moyamba alone no more you for make. Make another side because now the same development. If, for example, two people can get the same idea for make a project na Moyamba, the same idea, instead of una go spend all that resources in Moyamba, okay, una go outside, na other side, una go make that development. Still, una name they go because at the end of the day, na footprints now una they left. Una they left a footprint where in una name go ever remain for the day say now una be do dandy. You know, but it's like people in a more of politics. See, they can't make me own place to start come on. So people will vote for me in the long run where I go stand. So this is the problem. People need for consider say where they make every salary, any salary you know say people need and go make the if we not meet up for do the same thing, lest they go do another side where you know say people need that help, you know. But at the end of the day, people are just politics business in the plane and salon. And the last year they talk about them Motokaya way they talk about right hand drive, left hand drive. I'll be telling you the last time about this ECOWAS. We don't need for labor on this. You know, ECOWAS, what make we join ECOWAS? Now a union wherein we get what we call the free movement of people. You know, business as well. Now free movement is supposed to be. But because ECOWAS said Salone they benefit from this ECOWAS, now I make you find out say now we they punish more. All kind of number plate to Cardinal Salone. They work up and down freely. But if you go to Guinea, you go Salone number plate, then they capture you. Go na Liberia and they capture you. Go na Banjul and they capture you. Why we make one passport, we then they call our ECOWAS? Because of freedom of movement. So we don't need to get headache for this. Now the government within a power, any government within a power, now the need for emphasize to the economic community of West African states, say, but we tie this back into that, say, we forget freedom of movement and freedom of business as well. You know, but we need to get them. So if somebody come on a Liberia and a salon, you go just work a freely with him to my brother. Nobody need to ask her. But go to Liberia, Anyway, like as I say, Tripoli, let Usman Toli clarify that the shockwave they talk, because now more have been interested in, say, if in the unforeseen circumstances like the Ebola will come, the mudslide will come, the HIV there will be don't country a day. If now they try to talk about shock, if now that they try to talk about, and they ask her the question back, say, what about the money they way they don't give? Why they don't make use of those money? If you don't set a plan for solve a problem, if a shock comes, then give you money for solve the problem. That shock me. Why you know use your money we don't get ready? Say, okay, this money now we don't get to solve this problem. They make the road. Why not go make the road return? We already do now. We don't get money for the Ebola. So that I think, you know. Thank you very much, brother.
You're welcome.
Hello, Sierra Leone, man. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Yeah, so bad. Yeah.
Yes, caller, they live on here. You name and who side the call from?
Yes, good afternoon. This is Nancy. They call from US.
Yes, Nancy. What you all in a table?
Yeah, I just want to say something quick about this shop business. Oh, brother, just don't say. I think what you may understand about that is it broad, because let's say, for instance, where the Ebola they happen, right? We they get aid them from outside, external aid for can help with, but they help them. They not to for can help pay teachers them, and the one they will not be the work, the one they will lost their job, because when then kind of thing and they happen, first of all, tourism they fall. People that know they travel go na the country. So how then people the way they work na the airport or the people the way they work na that industry they make money, and how for deal with them people and they, because you get for pay them, then get families there for take care of all that they shut down. And two, the minerals the way we they get to revenue from also been shut down, like the iron ore they get for closed, because they no one for day in the middle of all that chaos where did it happen. So how you go deal with all them people then they will not be the work again. So the money the way they come, where demand they try to talk about shock. Now for help the people the way they affected, like now the medical side for try to put. What about the one the way they say the farmers them? They not being get chance for go now farm, because people then they afraid for even talk to each other because of voting, because of that problem they. Then people then they all been everything been come to a standstill. The money or the aid where the external people then they send for winner salon, not enough for take care of all them stuff then they. So what you understand for what the man been they talk about this shock where they're not prepared about it. It's like they're supposed to get special money where go they aside in case of any of them thing and they happen, then go still able for pay teachers, then go still able for take care of that man in a village when able for work, go na farm, then go still able for pay the people the way they na NRA way this ship they know they can't for couch food or anything na the country, then go still able for take care of the one the way they work na the tourism industry, because all of them thing and they now then they spiral, they're all connected. We see something happen, now they only get aid na that country for help with the people that were affected. That is the one the way they get the sickness, maybe the doctors them and the nurses, and maybe help the families the way affected. But the other one they know they consider them because the money not enough for that. So I think saying that that's tsunami the type of say they need to prepare for them thing and they. So in case anything like that happen again, it not go shock we that much that way because something the way we don't put aside or take care of all the other thing and the way we say the external not get for include whatever aid and they send they not go not to in them they send for. So we go only take care of putting the external help the aid they come for now you go take care of whilst we own government will take care of the other stuff them where we say they aid them they know they not include the then thing and they. So I think Nadande no more for Nadande me understand. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's I understand for most demand in the state. And also what I want to talk about is this traffic the drivers them, this overload business where they cause too much problem na salon. First of all, the drivers then yes, then get problem. But the problem also is born from the police them also, because one, I don't travel in that place several times. They go upline frequently for go visiting the family. Every time where you go na park for go take transport, Then they overload the motor car so much that even under the seat then they put things in there, and then you put, you just they fold yourself like that. And then they squeeze you. You go even, somebody go even want for sit on a lap if possible, then go want for like touch somebody. And after we they download fantastic motor and they put all that people in there. So the other time I asked the driver, I said, "Bro, why make una they overload them here? So pushing they she don't say they strain." Now he say, "My sister, wait no more now you go see." We go now the road, that first checkpoint where they left Sweetom, where they left Waterloo, that first checkpoint. Now they then take 30,000 loans and the driver and so the driver they try for talk say, "But do ya say I just go pay me boss." Now in the policeman back tell and say, "When me self get boss, so I go report to this money not for me now for me boss 30,000 loans flat." But therefore they say they meet up and 25,000 loans. Can you imagine? For let them go along and let it pass. And meanwhile, the other people they don't can down because the one they always overload them don't can down. They don't cross now. So now few of who will be saying I just me small bag are all for go. So now we left inside the motor. So the other one then can down, then cross the checkpoint. Then they go wait now the other side. So come on now go and pick them up. So that policeman pick up that money, he go, then where the man, first of all, they try to talk to them, say, "But una they ambog wibo." What is they say, "Well, I will make all the passengers then can down, go no side today, no we see that." So they don't get choice but for pay that money. So we cross. So they go now, the boys tell me, say, "You see why make they overload?" Say, because if then kind people they ask, "Oh, they add now that extra money, then for them police away, then they go and ambog win a road." Because if you not give them, then they make you lose all the passengers them. Then go just make you park all the passengers then can on and take all the motor car you left. And then not go just make you park and pay for the whole day. They able forget anything. It will get family for take care of. Now I say, well, are you right? I see to them too. We go as they enter my car, then therefore take another money back my hand. And as we come on my checker back, they enter back now the main time of my Nigeria, they go now the another checkpoint they back for enter my Nigeria, then back get their own money. So by the time then they reach outside and they go really the destination, then go don't spend 100 and something now road where the policeman and they take from them. And then policeman and they all now they will then get them boss the way they send them where they at the top where they collect their money then they. So now I see why make then they overload. And also that leads to this speeding because now then get what you then get for go report to them boss. Maybe then they pay 200 or 300,000 or whatever way they say they for go be to the boss man. Now the postman and don't go and take all their money they are now you earn. What in they left now you earn you get for buy gas. That they lead them for let them go put excess load and then what you say overload the people them back. So then they run back again so that they go able to go at least 2 or 3 times a day. So then go able to get the money where then they go. So that me experience that very 10 days. From that 10 days now, I see and say, okay. Then get a point where make them they do this. So we therefore talk to the police them. If they stop for harass them, then do their job. If you force you overload, let them not turn the eye na corner. Let them really reduce, let the motor then load the way how they're supposed to load. Okay, no more hours. Okay.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Thank you. Yes, caller, ID live on here. Your name and who the call from?
Hello, my name is Gugia. So I call from Norway.
Yes, Gugia, you get the platform.
Yeah, I want to start first from yesterday because we don't listen the people that we be the online yesterday. We didn't can talk. But like when we talk, then talk the all two-way talk yesterday. They make a point, you see, say really, they're not waiting in the talk, they know all side the faults and the commodities. But the problem where we try for talk, how them for put things in place, for implement the law, for make the law take, make the law affect neither the problem. Because yes, the last one we can call, like what yesterday when I said, you that another guy, wanna really ask them really important question. We wanna ask them. Because like this thing when they talk, so it's not easy. The accident is really plenty in a salon. How they for able to make this thing so minimize? Because every week you go you say accidents day. Every week you hear accident day. But look at so can they see all side the problem they come out. From the people that will not get license, from the one that will get license, from the reckless driver, the one that they drive, you they still in a salon people and they go, some drive and they drink before they drive. They tell you say, now where it drink, I know how for drive. And if they don't talk, yes, the percentage where for the inside the driver them body, where at least they're for able all them. But I listen to Nancy just not like why they talk, like Nancy they talk, and really the police them, the way how them driver so they give money to them police there so now each and every checkpoint, it's too much. So I believe the one thing that the problem, if these police people we're for able to protect the people decide say, okay, then once this country for go before, we not say not to the all. We not say not to the all. But when they tell them we want don't do something, when they get for they say na police. Because a police unit for away. If they were also not decide, say, okay, they want to see this country go before you not get for easy. Because through this bribe, when they catch people now money then they give them, they left them. You they stay the way out they overload. You don't know baby say if you go before trouble go come, but as well as you don't get your money in conscious no able to and say, oh, the bad thing they do something happen. And not care safe within they happen. Because I listen back where you were concerning this license. Because so if we're ready for go salon, we always can go take international license. Because we don't get a problem with police, don't they? When the man put a license, sure, I say no, not to that license, they forget an international license. Really? So I was so surprised yesterday. That one day I really learned yesterday, that particular side where you reach. Because I see we don't happen, bang to be. We they spend money now for get international license before go salon. And now where the money talks yesterday, as well as you get you license where value na so what you know expire, you get documents where for proof that you na Sierra Leonean, you okay. So then they convince me really. Then they convince me and like the guy talking back say there with the road authority, then they work hand in hand. How it for be so? One so now they work on a put in play the corner like that side where they go put something like that booms and that waiting. Well, yeah, the bump, exactly. How you go put that kind of bump there where you person don't run all the way like 80 waiting for go mixing kind thing in the back. In weeks. But when you talk, I see they know they work hand in hand. I really see in your point back when himself make, because in all lie, it talks they know they work hand in hand. But wait till they try to talk. And people, for be honest, salon, we really hope say yes, we can't go before, but waiting in the kind of radio station, waiting in the tell we, when you go down the country, waiting you they see not two different thing. You understand? We all want this country for go before. But they're not able to make me believe they're waiting in the talk. But we come to people and they will get for go salon December. We hope say when they say go can tell we say yes, not true that they talk or not to true. Not what I not believe them, but like I say, what's in the talk with person and they do a different. Concerning what we listen again to this minister today. Because I get one side with the talk, yes, the freedom don't overload. Yes, the freedom go overload because we take everything we can put under this freedom side. We forget say the provinces they back. If we begin to go developments and then provinces then the people then go return back. So that the way talk and say then they put in place, I hope and pray because not for come more talk before on assembling the dome, we able see what we able do. The freedom still they back like a idea. It's not easy Tripoli. We hope say waiting and they talk, make them put in practice. Now that they we want see. Because they get good points say where they make. What you see, I go say, wow, we can't see the kind of development. You go really glad. But when you go down, there are two different things you will see. We don't oppose them. We like them. Yes, now then, we like them, but make them do the right thing. Now, don't do the try for. Some people can no more talk. After that, we never see nothing. Now, my own contribution is no more for today.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll get to. Thank you. Usman Tolibi asked question just now. I say somebody they listen, make a count Tennessee Brahma, make it clarify about that license, where people and they come out, let me say Guinea or other country them, and then get into problem in the salon. Yes, Tennessee Brahma, you get the platform, sir.
Mr. Tolly, for we asked that question because yesterday, because of the question too plenty, so not be able to ask them. But what you know, all vehicles will come out the neighboring country with the cancel loan. If you involve into problem, then give you tickets. Now on the ticket, the right time is for pay within 72 hours. So for foreign vehicles, or they issue you ticket, then we could call it on the spot fine. Then issue you now, you pay now. it left to the discretion of the officer for left fee for pay within 72 hours, not after 72 hours, now within. So it can arrest you, it issue this ticket now, you pay for it now. Then we could call it on the spot fine. So like for them foreign vehicles, then we could get clamps. The road safety cops, then get clamps and get to a vehicle. So when they issue, before you go, when they not go get record of you, before you go, then you know pay for that ticket. Then make when they arrest you or they issue ticket, if you pay before you left. If you not pay the clamp your vehicle, then you pay when you pay. If you cool, then you get for pay for the clamp again. So for them foreign vehicle, and they pay. Then it be talk something way very sensitive. In 2009, I was part of that delegation. We go Abuja. We get what we call West Africa Road Safety Organization. That West Africa Road Safety Organization, they try to bring all African countries for come together. Just like who gets Europe, like who gets Europe. So you move in Motukana, you go Belgium, you go commit offense. They're able to know exactly say this Motukana, so supposed to get immediate France, or so supposed to get in England. That one they come soon, but say Africa we can just like this we last caller they say people can plan try talk. Now we don't from 2009 we don't begin but then for we able network the whole of West Africa, like when you guys in a salon, if you go Guinea, like you able tap na the system, they see say yes this license genuine from Sierra Leone better. But they're not able to add or reduce anything. Now, for like the able to say yes, this for verify say yes, indeed this license from Sierra Leone. That one they will come, but I don't know when, because from 2009 we'll be inaugurate, we'll go do the inauguration of West African Road Safety Organization in Abuja. Today, I don't know how that procedure don't go, but that one they be done the try for how you will come West African Road Safety Organization. So with I think I don't clear me brother inside. Then I just come to Minister Kaikai. They would this me brother will be talking about shock. Putting Usman be the talk. When they say jet, not so for saying that money where governments don't get that, don't put. Governments they get money, where they get that the money, inside they go put another consolidated fund. That money where they go consolidated fund, 9 governments they use for spend by each ministry for pay teachers, for pay salaries for everybody, for MDs and government workers. They use. So like what Usman Toli they talk about shock, like we they plan. Some people they plan, you plan say accident camp where we put money for. So what you don't put for pay you picking a school fees, for let you picking a eat. Now then you get for go pull, for go amend that damage will don't happen. Now. Then you don't left all because the chop money where you don't left for the month or you picking the school fees, you don't go pull half day. So you not complete again. So it will not get reserve. Like normally talk and say reserve make America strong. We will not get reserve. Now waiting day today, we see months done they give chop money, waiting day they cook today, we eat and today, rest no left. Now so we did. So when thing they can happen, the money where government don't put aside for pay salary, like whether Ebola because if international partners and donors they not be go help with. That money will be go left for let them pay salaries. Now we go take, we go amend thing and they for go quarantining people, then feed them, go buy other drugs, go buy ambulance. You understand? And most of them, the mineral, other companies they will get. Not to say we months don't know more than pay. Then say na two that they don't get together. What's there for pay? The government in every quarter, then every 3 months, when they pay. And every 3 months when they get that, then give government what they get for give government. So if they say iron ore no sell, so on sale for 6 months, or the price don't drop. So government they calculate say if every month Africa Mineral they give you $200,000. So that then they look now say okay within 1 year now this will be able to get. So if Africa Mineral can say hey but this iron ore don't drop. So waiting government be don't propose say at the end of the year now so amount they get it don't drop. You know they get it again. So now they call the shock. So for the prepare for them, but me believe say we don't learn with lesson. Because every now and then when they say they talk about shock. We don't learn with lesson. Sometimes in not touch no more, but I believe we don't learn with lesson. Any other things, something like that, by the grace of God, let God push and far from me happy again. I believe say then we will try for solve that. Then they talk about the economy for diversify the economy, talk about like if they talk about them picking where they say everybody has to say agriculture, yes. The whole of Sierra Leone, all region, all man involved in agriculture. But you know, say each region gets your own different crop where they grow. Like you talk of the southeast, then get the cacao and the coffee. When you go na the north, you talk about rice, you talk about granules, all them things, the cassava, the common side and the. So the only thing that Kaikai be say, they make the roads the way they go na the interior, the wood side the planting because you go some village there, if they meet boku rice, if they meet cassava, if they poil mango, if they meet another for local road, it don't poil. Then you book house and a free turn. So if they make the roads they go then go, then they begin transport them thing. It will be really nice. You see? So I believe I can so far there I want for let's take it to Ufambu there for the program yesterday. I believe say people they really enjoy the program. I want to say plenty take it to the all for the tapu now back. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Senesi Brema. Thank you, sir. Yes, Usman Toli, you can lock the domot for we, sir.
Okay, I just want to thank Sanasi Mustafa for giving some Sanasi Brahma. Sorry, Sanasi Brahma. I get one friend with name Sanasi Mustafa. So I can always, I can always mistake your name for you. Sorry. So I want to thank you very much for the comprehensive explanation. And also, I think they were all correct. As you said, Naya with the land for interpret. Most of the policies the way governments make, until the citizens they're able to interpret them, they're not meaningful. So when they come, then social media we can interpret them clear people and the listing. They ask questions them with the land, they serve the land, and with the help for spread the information. So kudos to we all. Okay, as I said, I'm all correct. Because we get different types of shock. For example, we get natural disasters, a shock. And on the sign don't then you give some simple definition. So instead correct, also AAA is correct, because the thing is with shocks, and they by degree. For example, you get political turmoil, serious political disability. I mean, political instability. Yeah, like Guinea. So those are all shocks. The thing is, it just depends how the country prepare for them. But in most cases, then shock here, it affects countries then who not plan and well prepared. Yeah? Such as low-income countries then, middle-income countries. Then countries always know they plan ahead. They know they plan well. Yeah? So you see when the unforeseen circumstances happen, the unexpected happen, the country see no more, then political turmoil, then natural disaster, financial crisis, then serious financial crisis, economic downturn between one country and the other, or trading partners, then they're all are shocked. The only thing is the level, how then they affect the country, the degree, so then they come with heavy impact, So the manner in which it depends on how we prepare for the shocks, then, But I like the example with Sanasi Bramagi, a good one. And I like the explanation way, as I said. If we go into shocks now, I don't want to drag on too much. because they will get what we call demand side shock and supply side shock. But now I explain all NPI, it will become complicated. So I just want to talk about all correct. The Ebola crisis, for example, is having a shock. You know, we get the drop of mineral prices in the world market, the international market, is having a shock. You know, like the example where AAA gives you online shocks, but they all vary by degree. Yeah? And the manner in which we are able to respond to the one indeed depends on how prepared are you. When I make Dr. Masha Militoxi, they try for work with Sierra Leone government, how for prepare in case then shocks that happen. And at this we lack now most African countries. We know they plan well for unforeseen circumstances. We sit down, we plan for the budget, could put this, put that. Forget say certain things will happen. How you go respond to them thing and it? 19 knock me back. You know, I make a bit. The other point again where I just want talk about the shocks them. Somebody say, I think I'll send on them say, he say, we don't take it happen. We can get international support from organizations like the IMF, you know, donor partners then, you know. But don't forget, outside, the thing is, NTR is temporary support. Yeah? What you get in the country, where you don't plan for the country, and for help for developing country, for let you program to go before. But sometimes, where then shocks that happen, what you make in a give and forgive for just like a cushion for support you on a temporary basis for let you settle issues and not for can solve the problem. That is not what they're saying. Yeah? Now make the father say when the Ebola crisis happened, they expect saying they could put this money into good use by supporting the Ebola victims them, you know. But where the politicians them then convert into their own private use, and the international community, including citizens them, will all rise and demonstrate. But that is not to stay their money or then support here and for can't fix your country problems. Now for it is a question for can't support you, the temporary support for can't help you, you know, not for can't fix the problem. Basically, now that we they try for talk now, yeah. Yeah, I don't say we all long give a very, very good point. I really appreciate every caller. But the issue of these because what you make at the talk is if somebody come out, say Guinea, yeah, you don't drive, you don't come all the way in a salon, you don't can cause accident. Say for example, you kill person. Then, you know, we don't get any where we go to identify. Say the person kill, he run away. It's possible. Somebody they kill person, then he left the motor car, he run away. He go. We don't get even instances. We say they happen even in Europe now. It happen only, you know, it happen on a regular basis. We say somebody they kill person, he run. Another share. You know, I wish if I don't say Tanisisi Burma toxin, you know, then they try African countries and they try to come together for put some modalities in place. But as Fisher, you know, them for them put measures if they are really serious about this road safety business. You know, because we at the Ghost Salon see a lot of foreign cars when they come. You know, we all go there, you know, we hope for safety all the country and they, you know, may God forbid who are involved in one situation and they, you know, but I feel like very serious thing when they neglect. You know, let you go get foreign car, it can't hit you, then you're gonna win, you know, with a trace. You know, I feel like for them put at least some measure in place where it be say that motor car will come, you know, then we able to track them. I mean, Salone government or Guinea government will be laced together, you know, because we see, I know they call names here. You know, we get some businessman who pull motorcade na London, yeah, or England, yeah, and they pass through Guinea for Kerango Salone. Yeah, I don't want to talk on this too much, but you know, we'll get for look into Wellington and they for make sure we able to trace the motorcade instantly, not only for give the instant fine, because you will only get instant fine if you able, in fact, see the person or talk to her. But in the case you say somebody they hit a wrong, well, you know, we see a return at the wrong number plate or something, if you not to the correct information when they expect 9 at the motorcar, you know, all and I think so we'll go for try to put that into account. But overall, I thank Kuna very much. I'm really impressed. As I said, you know, we all learn from each other now, and now we just continue for respect to self and make sure, say, you know, we contribute to the little we get. Nobody know, you know, not perfect. You know, so people are over you back. Thanks very much for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli. Now for the final time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Now we the lock today on program. We go there again tomorrow. Until we meet again, Skipole say, Tata.